It is easy to take a look at the NFL waiver wire whenever a player is released and think about how that player can fit with any given team. In the case of the Chicago Bears and former Kansas City Chiefs defensive lineman Rakeem Nunez-Roches, a connection between the two makes a lot of sense. Earlier this week he was released by the Chiefs after 3 seasons with the organization. For a Bears team needing more depth along the defensive line, Nunez-Roches should at least be viewed as a consideration in the coming days. Listed as a 3-star recruit coming out of high school in Alabama as part of the class of 2011, 247 Sports gave Nunez-Roches a composite score of 0.8155. He was ranked 1,276th overall by the site, 90th among defensive tackles and 40th out of the state of Alabama. His loan offer came from Southern Miss that off-season. After appearing in 2 games during his freshman season, the young defensive lineman racked up 22 tackles, 6 tackles for loss and 1 sack during the 2012 season. An injury sidelined him in 2013 after he appeared in just 2 games. In his senior season he recorded 63 tackles, 15 tackles for loss and 4 sacks. Despite his impressive production as a senior, Nunez-Roches fell all the way to the 6th round during the 2015 NFL Draft. As a rookie for the Chiefs, he appeared in 7 games and recorded 4 tackles. The following year he was released by the team ahead of the regular season and spent part of the year on the practice squad. In 11 games he recorded 23 tackles and 1 sack. This past season he saw action in all 16 games with 11 starts. During that stretch he recorded 24 tackles and a half sack. Kansas City placed an original round tender on him prior to the start of free agency, but the team's moves during the NFL Draft helped push the team's decision to move on from him. At just 24 years old, there should be some hope that Nunez-Roches is still an ascending player. After jumping around between the 53-man roster and the practice squad in his first 2 seasons, he was able to stick on the 53-man roster for the entirety of last season. He is not the type of player who is set to become a star in this league, but he is a more than serviceable option. For a Bears team that still lacks depth along the defensive line, kicking the tires on the young defensive end makes a lot of sense. Akiem Hicks is a clear starter at one of the 5 technique defensive end positions this year, but the other spot remains wide open. Roy Robertson Harris and Jonathan Bullard have flashed in the past, but lack consistency. Chicago took Delaware's Bilal Nichols in the 5th round of this year's draft, and he will also be in the running for the spot. Chicago's defense is on the cusp of being among the NFL's best, but any good defense does a lot of the little things right down in the trenches. As long as the money is modest, the Bears would be wise to give Nunez-Roches a chance in Chicago.